Hi everyone, welcome back to my garage. Yes, so where am I at today? Right, I've just tuned the Sinus air fuel screw. It was a bit weak on the start up. It seems to be great now. Seems better, but I need to let it get fully cold before I check it again. And I topped up the oil, as you can see, by the oil spill on the floor, which wasn't from the bike, it was from me. Then we've got the calf racer needs the new battery putting on, so I'm going to have to dig it out in there somewhere. I've got it stored perfectly, I know exactly where it is, it's in there. It doesn't even start at the moment. Look, this old battery that spent all that time doing all this, and then Super B sent me a new battery, which is brilliant, but it's such a pain. That's why that battery's good actually this time, guys, because it holds its charge much longer, and because you don't want to keep taking, you have to take these 4 bolts out, and they're a bit of a pain getting them back in. You've got to line them up, and yeah, it's not the end of the world, it's just a bit of a pain. You know, it's not a huge issue. Just them 4 bolts, pop this to the side, change the battery. I'm going to do that because I need to get this running. People are asking for videos of it, which is, I don't know why, guys, but it's one of the most annoying questions I get, or at least I feel it's one of the most annoying. I don't know if it's normal. I just feel like if I've advertised a bike that, well, and I say it's running beautifully, then asking for a video of it running kind of winds me up. But I guess if people are travelling down the country, it kind of makes sense. I'd rather people chat to me and ask me exactly what's going on, and then I can explain the bike fully, rather than a video. But I am going to make a video of it running later today. The bobber, where are we? Here's the paint. This is how the paint came out. Now I'm going to show you pros and cons. Cons are I obviously scratched it with something at some point. You see that? And there, and there, and there is some, what's that? No, that's fine. With this, I could probably compound it out. So it's been 24 hours later now, and I'm not sure I want to mess with it today. See, I'm in 2 minds today, guys. I want to get the wheels off, put a coat of paint on the front shocks, change the speedo over so we've got a working speedo, and then I'd love to kind of just put the bike back together and just accept the fact that it has a couple of scratches, or maybe compound, just basically prep the scratches themselves in a few days. That might be the route I go down today, because I just want to put the bike back together. Yeah, so this is how the paint came out in one swoop. So if you can see here, I spent a lot of time prepping this. That would be enough. You get that deep shine. It wouldn't, I mean, technically it doesn't need cutting back. I'm not going to cut it back actually, guys. Same for the front, my God, it just sits on so thick and so nice. I'm not going to cut that back. I'm not going to cut the tank back either, guys. I'm going to just try and address them spots when I might just, yeah, wet sand them spots in a few days time. So what do I need to do now? I need to get the calf because someone wants a video of it running. So I'm going to be swapping over that battery, and then I'll show you what it looks like when I pop all that off. But it's basically 4 size 8s. Pop them out, pop the back off, and then swap the battery over. So give me a few minutes and I'll catch you guys up. So here you go, guys, that's where the battery is currently located. Obviously it had It was cable tied down, so that's all good. New battery's here. New battery will be a bit more secure. I'll just seat it down on its side, I think. And yeah, much better battery in regards to being able to sit for months on end and then still have its power to start it up. So quick switch over, chuck that fairing back on, hope this bad boy starts up, and we're good to go. Okay guys, so new battery's in and secure. That's all good and done. Starts on the button like it always has. Oh, of course. When you're not starting one-handed with a camera in your hands. Yeah, it's all good. All good. Great. Nice bike. I think someone's coming to see it today. Again, though, I'm not easily going to drop the price. I've got $12.50 as a minimum in my head, $1,300 ideally. I love it. It's a stunning bike. And like I said before, I may throw some insurance on it if it doesn't sell this time round, and use it for the winter. It'll become my winter bike. It's such a cool winter bike. Right, over here, where are we? Let me switch this off. This doesn't need to be running. Front shocks need a touch of paint putting on, although they don't really, but it won't hurt. I'm dropping the front wheel anyway, so let's drop the front wheel. I'm going to change the speedo cable so we have a working speedo. I'm going to put a light dust on the forks anyway, just a light dust of whatever I've got, satin matte, and then put the new speedo drive on, and we should be fine then. We should be good. We should have a speedo and a slightly better looking front forks. Still looking at this paint, it's just stunning. If my prep was better, I mean, look at that, guys. That was one can, 400 mils. It cost £21, I think it was in the end. I had a good look online, and it's 2K fuel resistant. That's crazy, absolutely crazy. It's brilliant stuff. That's going to be my go-to product from now on when painting. Although I might see if they have a matte version. I love matte. Right, let's get this on some sort of jack stands and see what we can do. Okay guys, so there's no real skill to this part. Let's be honest, we're taking the front wheel off. It's one bolt. I've already done the bolt with the bike fully loaded. Makes sense. I haven't even jacked it up, guys. I've just put them stands under there and it's just standing stable with the side stand just still where it is. This part's easy. You pull this bar out, the wheel slides out of the caliper, slides this way, and then we pop the caliper. Shall I unbolt the caliper? Actually, I need to get out of the way. Yes, if I'm spraying, yes. Pull that, put that aside, put it up there, cable tie it or something, and you've got your fork legs here. Quick wet and dry, I think, just to smooth it all out, and then a couple of layers of whatever I've got satin matte. I've got a mixture of both, I think. And there you go. Change the speedo drive then while I'm kind of out and ready. I've got a new one over there. Chuck that back in. We should be up and ready to go with a working speedo, ideally. So there you go, guys. I've done a professional wrapping system there, like they do in the shops, and I've wet and dried it. I'll give it a wipe, not that it's needed, and then a couple of coats of a basic black. I think I've got matte or satin, doesn't matter too much. Keep it quick, keep it simple, I guess. This might also be the time to put the front mudguard back on all in one hit. I wonder if that's going to be easier. I think it might be. So that's where I am right now. A couple of light layers and we'll see where we go from there. I'll pull out the new speedo. Now this speedo drive is kind of okay from this part here, but the end in here had snapped. In fact, I'm going to show you. One moment. So that's all the coats there, guys. That's all it is. 3 or 4 coats of matte, Halford's matte black, and that's it. Let it sit 15-20 minutes before messing with it. And let me show you what the issue was here. What's annoying is the mechanism, actually, maybe it's spinning quite freely because it's not turning. If you see the end there, that should be turning. If I turn this one here, like this, the end, watch the end turns, you see that? That's turning. That's what obviously it's meant to do. I'm going to show you exactly what happened in there because it's interesting, but basically where it clips in, it had snapped at some point and someone did a bodge repair. It wasn't me, I promise. It genuinely wasn't actually, which is why I had to spend, I don't know how much this was, 30 quid for this one. So let's have a look while we're here, guys. You see this bit in here? That should have a long stem on it. Oh, I don't know what the zooming's like there. There should be a long stem on that. And this groove, this slice here, is what goes into it. And it doesn't have that, it had snapped off. It doesn't appear to be a piece that you can swap out. Maybe it is, but this is useless. This is gone. The actual line itself is fine, is working perfectly, that's okay. But this is the gearing for the Speedo. This is not okay. Hence why I'm swapping it over. So I've connected this up, and we saw it working off the bike, but when I connected it to the bike, I noticed a crack in here. So, and it's not spinning. So you see, when I spin the wheel now, that should be spinning. So I need to have a little play and see if I can get this secure. I'll take this screw out and see if it just needs reseating or something for now. I also think I need to loosen the wheel and spin it and have it kind of this way a bit more to take some pressure off. So a couple of bits I need to do. So this needs to spin. Spin the wheel. It's not spinning. Spin it both ways. Check that it spins. It doesn't spin, so I might have seated it wrong. I don't think I did. I don't think there is a perfect way to seat it, but I'm going to pop it off and see if I can change anything to make it work. I'm so impatient, guys. Look at me piecing this thing back together. Front mudguard's back on. Looks great. Looks great. Obviously it's got its nicks and dips and bumps, but it's on, and the rear mudguard's on. Came out lovely. Again, has its imperfections, but it's on. I want to throw the tank on just so that it's stored somewhere. And also, I gotta admit, I just want the bike to be kind of in one piece. So I think I'll just sit the tank on, maybe. Is that a good idea? I want to address these. I'm gonna try. Do you know what I should try, guys? I should try my turtle wax stuff. I've got some in there, and just see if I can get these little nicks a bit better. So I've got this here. That's reflection. This here. This. And that's it, really. And then you've got these tiny bits here. Let's do that. Let's do that now. Let's see if my turtle wax restore stuff will just address that area, and then I'll put the tank back on the bike, just again, just for it to be stored somewhere. I couldn't get that Speedo drive to work. It was a dud. They sent me a dud, basically. What's really annoying is when I first turned it by hand, it didn't spin well by hand, so they should have done that check themselves. I've got two options here. I've messaged them. They can send me a new Speedo drive. That'd be perfect. I'll continue with this setup, or maybe for the first time ever, I should consider fitting a digital Speedo and showing you guys the wiring and stuff. Not that I know exactly what I'm doing, but I'll have some idea. So that's an option. So I'm going to see what they say. If they have another drive, I'd like to try the other drive. If they don't and they refund me, I don't know, I'm in two minds whether I want the original. I'd kind of just prefer the original drive, and I like this setup here. Ideally I want that because it's part of the original bike. Let's see over this week. I was hoping that this bike would be kind of MOT ready next weekend. It still could be. All the kind of basics are done. Even that little reflector down there is needed for the MOT. And then normal rear lights and stuff, all that was working the last I checked. All the indicators were working the last we checked, I believe. Starts, runs and rides. Yeah, I think it seems alright at the moment. Yeah. Right, let me try that a little bit. I'll get it on film for you guys actually. So all I'm trying to do is cut out that little nick there, which you can hardly see, but it's there, look. This one here, that one there, that one and that one. Now this paint is 24 hours fresh, so to an extent I could ruin it by using this. I don't actually know, but some people say online you can compound 24 hours later, and some people say you should wait a couple of weeks. Let's try these little bits here. It might just do enough to kind of save it. Didn't really do anything at all. Let's try a little bit here. What I might need to do is use a little bit of the 1200 grit on it. No, this isn't saving it at all. Let me get the other two little bits just before, and then I'm going to use a little bit of.
How's it going? Another project?
Yeah, plenty, loads.
Oh, blimey.
How you doing?
Yeah, not bad, not bad. Got your old school bike there?
You've seen that one a couple of times.
Yeah.
So that compound alone didn't do anything. I'm going to try a bit of wet and dry just because. Why not? I'm being very gentle, guys. I really don't want to ruin the paint. I can't even see where that one went. It's funny when you put a bit of water on it, you can't even see the little scratches. That's interesting. I wonder if a bit of wax after a couple of weeks will help. So this is 1200 grit. They say you should go up in stages, so 1200, then 15, then 2000, then 3000, then 4 or 5 if you want. I don't have that type of time, luxury or skill. I go 1200 grit, and then I put a bit of compound on. I've got the better compound inside. I'll try that next. What I don't want is these spots to be better now than the rest. So let's see. Yeah, so you can see the haze there now. Although I think it's done the job, guys. I think I have sanded out them little imperfections. That's quite cool. Let's try the Turtle Wax White sitting next to me just to bring back the shine, but I have got the better stuff in the garage. What I might find is that I need to just cut the whole tank in a couple of days. I just heard from Nat, you guys, he got his petrol tank today, eventually, for his bike, which is great. So his bobber is, well, he's got a petrol tank for it now. So if you're not watching his channel, Nat's Knacker's Yard, get onto it. It's a very, very good channel. Right, let's see what we got there. Yeah, I'm gonna have to try the better cutting compound. You can see now I've put haze on it. So here's the Halfords rubbing compound. Let's see if we can get these little patches a bit better. What I might have to do is put it onto the drill, put it onto the, and use a polishing pad. I think I've given myself a job to do, haven't I? I'm going to have to do the works, the whole tank. I mean, this is way too quick for buffing, guys. You're meant to take your time. Although saying that, look, that is better already. What's the plan? What is the plan here now? I guess keep polishing. So you can still see them blemishes, but I think in a few days, you have to let the paint cure fully. I think in a few days I'll be able to put some wax on it, and then I think that will help out with this. Yeah. Overall, it's come out really nice. I think I'm going to fit it to the bike. Am I going to fit it to the bike? Again, just for somewhere for it to store it without it getting knocked and dented. Yeah, I'll chuck it on for now and we'll see. At least it gives us an idea of where the bike's going. I'm definitely not putting fuel in. The fuel will go in next week, probably Thursday or Friday evening, because it'd be great if I could get this to an MOT on Saturday. That'd be ideal. Not that anything's selling at the moment, guys. Got this 125 here, it's up for 800 quid, year's MOT. Well, you know this bike, you've seen it. No one's buying it yet. Weird that, actually. Calf Racer, £1,300. No one's buying it yet. Lots of people kind of messaging every now and again, but no one actually turning up. Weird. That is the way it works sometimes. You just wait a few weeks for things to sell. But I'll have this bobber ready soon, won't I? And love it. I think the paint came out so good. I'm so happy with that paint. I think I'm going to start using that from now on. You can just tell it's so thick, and the quality is brilliant. If I haven't already done so, I'll put up a link to the paint and the company. They seem really good. They seem really nice. And they're really helpful, actually. You message them, they message back. That's exactly what you want. Let me just seat this tank for now. so that we can see the bike. Yeah, check it out, boy. Wow, guys, look. It's a bobber. What a good looking bike. The blemishes are obvious, they're there. I think you'd have to sand the whole thing. So it's 1200 grit the whole thing. I'm probably going to do that actually in a minute. Then 1500, then 2000, then 3000. I think I'm going to try and do that because it'd be best to do it properly. So I'm probably going to 1200 grit today, and then I'll try and buy some more, and I'll try and do like one of an evening. So I'll go to 1500 tomorrow. I don't think it will be as shiny as that, but the aim would be for it to be. So I'm going to try my best on that. But I just absolutely love it. I've put a tiny piece of foam under the tank here because the seat before sat flush down, didn't it? And I think that didn't really work. I think it looks a bit better like that. What a great looking bike. I think it's a great looking bike. What do you guys think? What would you change, guys? What would you do different? I'm curious. Very curious. I'm not planning on changing anything, I have to admit. This is how the bike's going to be. It's going to be a £1,000 to £1,200 bike. But what would you change? Of course, apart from having a Speedo that works at the moment. So first pass with the 1200 grit, you can see there's a fair amount of high and low spots. There's still a bit here that needs doing, still a touch here. Bits and pieces up here that I missed. I think the next pass should sort all of this out. I mean, I missed certain bits kind of on purpose, just not too worried about little bits. And a bit here. So I've got to focus a little bit more up here. I kind of knew that and all. And then we're looking okay, and then I'm going to go to the shop and see if I can get some 1500, 2000, 3000 and just maybe go through all the stages, but one more with the 1200. So last time I got fairly good results out of the 1200 grit and then compounding, but on this occasion I'm going to wait. So I am going to get some 1500, 2000, 3000. I'm going to get whatever I can basically, and then polish it out. I think it's going to look fine, guys. I think it's going to do exactly what it's meant to do. It'll be a bit shiny. The couple of scratches that were in it will disappear, and we'll have a bike that's just brilliant, really. I'm very pleased about how far I've got on this bike. It really is looking good, I think. That's about it for me for today though, guys. Let me know in the comments what you think I should do, if I've missed anything out. Yeah, whether you'd like to see me connect a digital Speedo up. I kind of don't want to because I've never done one before. I don't know how, but if it's something someone wants to see, then I could possibly try it. But apart from that, I think it's very close to being MOT-able, because you don't need the Speedo for MOT. Everything else needs to be good. And let me know if I'm missing something out on cutting back this paint and compounding. I might be missing something. So this is 1200 grit. I'm going to go one more pass actually on these areas with the 1200, just to get them a tiny bit better. And then I'm going to turn to the 15, 2 and 3, then compound, and then the turtle wax, you know, to finish it off. So yeah, it's getting there. It's getting there. It looks like a bike again, which is great.